With a swish of the hanging curtain, a stripe of sunlight blared directly onto the bed. Fat Boy Frank's eyes flickered open, only to tightly squint closed again for relief. He sat up in the bed and propped himself against the back wall behind the mattress. He couldn't help but notice where his eyes landed once they could focus. A stunning trolley dolly shimmied her blazer over her petite shoulders, only a few feet away from him. A satisfied smirk took over Frank's lips as he watched her. Her cleavage and midriff were slightly exposed, and his eyes settled on the natural curvature of her waistline. She looked intensely focused as she buttoned her top. He was proud of the woman he mingled with and longed for the day he could show her off to his mates. "Frankfurt?" he asked in a groggy voice. He tilted his head to the side, noticing the slight jump she made as his voice startled her out of focus. The young woman didn't reply, only shook her head to indicate no. Part of her didn't want him to know where she was headed. It suddenly was no longer his business. Frank ran a hand through his brown curls. "New York?" The blonde shook her head sternly, then turned to the mirror to swipe on a glossy layer of lipstick. Her usual smile was long gone. His beauty was on the move constantly. Her occupation landed her in a new city nearly every night. He couldn't help but wonder who would be in her presence. She could tell that his silence meant that he was waiting for her to provide a straight answer. "Sydney," she finally declared. "Oh, so you'll be gone a long time then?" Fat Boy wasn't a fan of her staying away for too long. It triggered his insecurities and usually sent out a strike of jealousy in her direction. A woman like her needed a man in her presence to at least keep the others at bay. But she preferred her independence, and long stays away gave her the necessary time to rejuvenate herself. Men like Frank always wore her down, and she needed the time to ensure she didn't lose track of herself. "A very long time," she reassures him, fully dressed in her uniform and her luggage standing next to her. Before Frank could make a comment, she cleared her throat and stared him directly in the eye. "I'm leaving you, Frank,"